Hello everybody, Natalia here, and I'm really excited because today I am filming my second tea time video, and it's going to be about my progress on my new fairy novel, how it's coming along, the struggles I've had, the successes I've had, etc., etc. So if you are interested in how my novel is coming along, then stick around. Alright, let's get started. As this is a tea time video, I am prepared with my tea mug here. I also have my miso soup. I've heard that in some Asian cultures it's okay if you like slurp your noodles. That's supposed to be a compliment to the chef or something. But I swear, as hard as I try, I can't slurp noodles. It's like they're too hot and they just burn my lips. I can't do it. Nope, doesn't work for me. So what do I got here? Let's see. I'm busting open my Scrivener file to tell you a little bit about this novel. Alright, so, as you probably know, I started this novel on November 1st for NaNoWriMo, and I did get 50,000 words into it, but the last, I don't know, 20,000 maybe, 20 or 30,000 words were really a struggle for me because I wasn't very attached to my main character. I wasn't interested in the story. I was confused by the world I was trying to build. There were just a lot of problems in that first draft that I was struggling to deal with. So what happened was I finished NaNoWriMo. I put my rough 50,000 words aside for about a month. About December, I didn't work on it very much. And I just took time to think and try to figure out what was holding me back. Why was I ready to abandon it? Because if you watch my first tea time video, I talked about, should I abandon this novel? Is it time to just let it go? But I didn't. I decided to try to figure out what the problem was with it. And what I came up with was I was trying to write a world that I did not understand. And not only did I not understand that world, but it also wasn't interesting to me. I was trying to write the fairy world, which should be magical and vibrant and beautiful and mysterious, all those wonderful things. But instead, it was very humanized. It was very boring to me. It was the same type of setting that I had written about many times in the past, so I just wasn't interested in it. So that was the first problem that I came across, was the setting was boring me. It was not the fairy realm that I pictured in my head. So I had gone completely in the wrong direction from chapter 2 about. So that was a lot of work that needed to be completely redone. So chapter 1, I was able to kind of salvage and change a little to really fit this second version of the draft. But other than that, I started pretty fresh. I am currently working on, or about finished with, chapter 3 right now. I haven't written yet today, but I plan on starting chapter 4 today. And my progress is very slow. On a really good day, like yesterday was a great writing day for me, and I wrote a little bit over 700 words. That was really great. That was a lot of words for me to get down in, an hour or so. So it's definitely, I'm not writing nearly as fast as I write when it's November. I'm trying to do the quality over quantity this time around, and it's going really well. Not only am I looking forward to working on my novel instead of dreading it, but I also wrap up my writing sessions feeling really good and feeling excited about where the story is moving next. So that's definitely really positive. I am also really getting into my characters more. In the first draft of this, I was really bored with my main character, which is horrible. If I'm bored with my main protagonist, then all my readers are going to be bored with her, and why would I want to continue writing a novel with her as the main character? So in this next draft, I am taking more time to get to know her. For example, I know that she's not a big coffee drinker, but that she really loves tea. I know that she really doesn't like school, even though she's good at it. She's studious and she's quiet and she's a little bit introverted, but she doesn't enjoy school. She just wants to graduate from high school and move on to her music college. So there are these things that I'm learning about her that I did not know in the first draft. And I think one of the reasons I didn't know those things about her in the first draft is because I was taking so much time and effort and energy trying to build a world that I didn't understand, that I wasn't putting any energy into building a character that I didn't yet understand. And my stories are very character driven. So the fact that I didn't take time to build her up and get to know her really let me down later on in the novel. So the fact that I'm really taking my time this time around, I'm getting to know not only my main character, but her grandmother, her father, and her mother. I'm getting to know her best friend, her school day, what her life is like. The fact that I'm getting to know all these things is making me feel much more attached to her, and I'm more interested in her story, and I want to see where it's going. So that has definitely been a benefit as well. Now, other than just slowing down, taking my time, I have also really switched up the storyline. In my original draft, the main character was the one that got kidnapped by the fairies and taken into the Fae realm. But in the second draft, it's actually somebody else that gets kidnapped, and it's the main character that has to try to rescue this person. This gave me a little bit more leniency to work both in the human and fairy realms. In the first draft, I was 100% in the fairy realm, and it was very overwhelming because I didn't build it up very well. I didn't know the world. But the fact that I know the human world pretty well is making this second draft much easier to work with, much more fun. I feel like I can explore more because I already know about this world. I mean, this novel is taking on a bit of a fantasy twist, but it also has some contemporary to it, and this isn't something I've done before. Both Highborn and Way of Spears are set in different worlds, different lands. So the fact that I'm working in our world for this novel is really relaxing for me, actually. I don't know how epic high fantasy authors do it, but building worlds like that is incredibly complex and difficult, and I give you all a shout out if you're able to do that. I haven't reached that point yet. I don't know when I'll reach that point or if I will ever try to write an epic fantasy and reach that point. But for now, I'm really happy to just be working 50% in the human world and 50% in the fairy world. It is working out well for me. Pause. Tea break. Let's have some miso as well before it gets too cold. Little tofu. Mm-mm-mm. 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 Alright, now the other thing that has been helping me a lot this time around is music. I've mentioned this in other videos, but music is very inspiring to me. It is where I get most of my initial ideas for novels. That happened with Highborn. That is the first novel that I ever finished, and the entire novel was kind of sparked by one song that I heard laying in bed one night. So music is incredibly important to me. During NaNoWriMo, when I was working on that first 50,000 words, I wasn't listening to music at all. I mean, of course, I heard it in the car and on my laptop sometimes, but what I need to do is put my earbuds in, lay down at night, and just take half hour or an hour before bed to just listen to music. And that sparks a bunch of ideas for me. And not only does it spark ideas, but it gets me excited for the scenes that are coming up. When I listen to music, I picture very kind of cinematic scenes in my head, so I can see what the characters are doing. The music gives me emotional appeal, so it's really important to me. And actually, last night, and was it the night before it, that? I guess just last night, I took the time, I think I took half hour, I laid down with just my iPod in and just listened for a while, and I had my iPod there, and it has a memo sheet on it, and I just type in all the ideas I get, and I have a bunch of ideas just after 30 minutes of listening to some music. So that is certainly something that I'm going to keep on doing all the way through this process. I miss that. Like when I was writing Way of Spears, music was the backbone of that novel. I was working on a farm then. I was managing a farm, and I remember I would go out in the middle of winter. I would have to go outside and clean all the horse stalls. And I would just get super bundled up. I would put my earbuds in and I would listen to my Way of Spears soundtrack. And it got me so pumped up and so ready to go inside and write. And I was able to write every single day because I had all that inspiration. And I want that for this fairy novel as well. So I need to come up with a soundtrack for it. I don't have that yet. So overall, my novel is going really well right now. It's progressing slowly, but certainly progressing. I'm working on it every day now, and it's feeling really, really good. So I am so glad that I didn't abandon my novel like I was thinking about. To everybody that commented on that video and made video responses, thank you so much for that. Reading through those comments, watching your videos was really what helped me decide to stick the path and just work out the problems that I've been having with it. And I'm really excited that I did that because that's something that I need to learn how to deal with. I've had problems with all of my novels. They're never easy to write, and I have to learn how to combat those problems and overcome them instead of just running away. So I'm really glad I did not abandon this novel. I still am going to see it through to completion, and you all are going to help me get there. So thank you for sticking it out with me. This is going to be a wonderful, crazy experience, and I plan to share it every step of the way. All right, thank you for watching my second tea time video, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!